Hey honeys, how are ya? It's your girl. And welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a review on the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill Vault collection. I only have 3 of the 4 palettes. I do not wear purple eyeshadow, so I did not purchase Bling Boss. I got all of these from Ulta. All of them say V2 on the back, and I'm just gonna flat right out and say that these palettes are amazing. These palettes have been really controversial. I don't understand why people are judging them based on their swatches, because swatches never tell a true story. The original Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette did not swatch that well either. Morphe shadows just don't swatch that well. When you feel the texture, it's not the greatest. Once you put it on your eyes, it's a whole different story. I love Morphe shadows. I think they're really good quality. I'm not going to swatch all of these because you have probably already seen swatches all over social media. This is the From the Alarm palette. This is the red and orange palette, and I find that the shimmers in here are kind of dry. You need a couple of layers for them to show up. These 2 shades stain your eyes, or at least it stained my eyes, and I think it's because they are reddish colors. The mattes in here are very good quality. The only thing I have as a con is I don't think that 3 oranges were necessary. There are 3 matte shadows that are orange in this palette, and I didn't think that was very necessary. Also, this does not have a highlight shade, but other than that, I think it's very good. I used it multiple times. It's not unique. There are so many palettes that look like this out there, but that's not, you know, a big deal. I have a bunch of palettes that look like this. The next palette, which I think is the most unique, is the Armed and Gorgeous palette, and this is the one that I really wanted. Initially I said I was only going to buy this one, but then I ended up buying the other 2. This is a mustardy palette with a pop of green. These 2 oranges are very similar. I would have preferred another yellow or even like a lighter greenish yellow looking shade. You do get a highlight shade in here, and it's very good. You would think that this white shade would look very icy, like in a bad way. This is the best formula wise out of all 3 that I own. These shimmers are very metallic and very smooth. You don't even need to wet your brush. So these are not dry, they're not crumbly. I found that the shimmers in here were a little bit dry and crumbly, but they were still pigmented nonetheless. And the mattes are fantastic. This green is really good. I have no complaints. You pretty much get everything you need in this. You have your dark shades, your transitions, your yellow, your green, golds, your darker gold, like bronzy shade, and highlight shades. Finally, we have the Dark Magic palette, and this is the one that stood out to most people because it is very smoky. It's very blue. Well, I thought it was going to be pretty blue, but there's only 1 blue in here, which is pretty much what disappointed me in this palette. There are 3 greens, and this green is pretty much identical to the one in the Armed and Gorgeous palette. I feel like the one in the Armed and Gorgeous palette is better, and this brown is kind of similar to the brown, the dark brown in the Armed and Gorgeous palette as well. It's just a little bit darker. You get a black, you get a matte cream shade, and you get these neutrally shades right here. This is like a brown shimmery color. This is a silver, and you have this brown transition shade, and then you have 3 greens and 1 blue. I think this palette's really good. Kind of regret buying it, not because the quality is bad, but I regret buying it because I don't reach for it that often. I'm not really big on cool tone shades. My circle is mostly warm tone shades, but it's not a bad palette. It's very good. This black does have a hint of shimmer in there. It doesn't show up on your eyes, but there is shimmer in it. So overall, I do think this collection is worth it. I ended up paying around $39 for all 3 of these because I did use the coupons from Ulta to pay for them individually. I think it's a really good deal. You get a mirror in each palette, and the names are in the palette. And I like how the palettes are color coded, so you know exactly which one is which, and you don't have to, you know, open all of them to find the palette that you want. I also enjoy that they're very small. You can't really beat this. You get 10 shades for $15, mirror shades inside, and they're color coded. These are really good. This has to be my favorite formula by Morphe overall because I have some of the other Morphe palettes, and I find that some of the mattes are drier, some of the mattes are creamier, some of those shimmers are very crumbly and chunky, and some of the other ones are very smooth. My advice would just be for you to try the palette out yourself because everyone has a different opinion on these palettes. Some people hate them, some people love them, some people think they're only okay. I really like them. I find that I reach for them a lot. My favorite one out of all of them is the Armed and Gorgeous palette. It's just very unique. It's not something I've seen that often, and I do love gold, so Yeah, that's my favorite one, but I do really like all three of them. Alright, so last but not least, I have a tutorial on this eye look, and I used all three of the palettes, so if you'd like to see how I got this look, then stay tuned. So for this look, I'm going to be using all three of the palettes from the Vault that I own. Sorry, that was really blurry. To start off, I'm going to apply some concealer. I'm going to start with the Armed and Gorgeous palette, and I'm going to use this yellow shade called Access, and I'm going to apply this pretty much everywhere. Next, I'm taking this orange called Secure from the same palette, and I'm going to apply this a little bit lower than that yellow. Next, I'm taking Alert, which is from the Ring the Alarm palette. It's a little bit darker than the other orange I just used. Now I'm going to take a smaller brush and I'm going to use the shade Framed. And I'm going to apply this directly in my crease. These shades are very pigmented, by the way. Next, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Glitter Glue just because this blue does have quite a bit of fallout. So it's better for it to have a sticky base so the powder doesn't fly everywhere. I'm going to go into the Dark Magic palette with my finger and I'm going to use this shade here called Busted, which is a matte blue. And I'm going to pat that on my lid. I'm just going to take a little bit of that same color on a brush and try to blend this in the crease. Okay, that was way too much. I'm going to take the shade Framed again, which is that reddish shade I used in the crease, and I'm going to try to fix this. Alright, that actually looks a lot better. So I'm going to take the shades Guilt Trip mixed with VIP, and this is going to be in my inner corner highlight. For my brow bone highlights, I'm going to use Power Cut. I'm going to take my Maybelline Master Brush Size Liquid Liner and I'm going to draw a wing. Next, I'm going to take some black liner and a tight line. And I'm going to apply some to my waterline as well. Now for my lower lash line, I'm going to use Busted first. Lastly, I'm taking Secure and Access. I'm going to mix those two and use this to blend that out. I'm just going to be applying mascara. Okay guys, so that was it for this review and demo on the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill Vault collection. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Stay golden!